They're shaking the cars. I'm sure that does something. Don't quote me on that. Down and quiet, and we are off with your C main event. Your pole sitter taking it out early on. Relatively clean start. Couple cars getting into one another off that back, but look at that over the tombstone. Not one car collected. That's what I'm talking about. That's why they're called pros, ladies and gentlemen. So leading us out is going to be Kyle Johnson. Tyler Vick in that 2 spot. Tyler Vick, always funny. Should get him in here for an interview because you never quite know what Tyler Vick is going to say. But your top 2 front runners already starting to put a little bit of real estate between themselves and everybody else. So we'll go. Vick goes hard into that Rattler section. So let's see what's going to happen right now. Kyle Johnson still leading out. Tyler Vick in the 2. Joao Figueiredo in the 3. So we'll call them as they come by the line for their second lap. But right now, through the drop down, it's going to be Johnson and Vick. Vick kicking it sideways. Nicely done. Bubba scrubs it off that tombstone. And looking to the inside of Johnson early on. He's not even a minute into this. And he's like, dude, I want a shot at the title. Let me by, and I'm going to be gone. So right now, on that front triple section to go. Triple, double single action. Tyler Vick and Kyle Johnson just hooked up and honking. Now looks like Tyler Vick looking for a way around Johnson. He knows he's in a pretty good spot right now. Even only a minute 17 into this 20-minute main event. Then it's going to be Figueiredo, Hanna, Dickerson, Pickett, Herzig, Sousa, Cook, Hooks, Treignier, Guerrero, Wheeler, Easton, Jelin not making the call. But your top 2 front runners off the drop down they go. Tyler Vick finding his way around Kyle Johnson. Now Johnson onto the top side of Tyler Vick. Tyler Vick said, not in my house. No. So Tyler Vick now coming by to take over that lead spot. It's Vick, Johnson, and Dickerson now. So that's your top 3. Oh! Dickerson sticks the landing. Please replace your divots. Holy jeebus, his truck stuck and stopped. It's like Velcro was on the bottom of that. So that's going to put Pickett by for that 3rd spot. But your top 2 front runners, Tyler Vick and Kyle Johnson, going down that back straightaway, coming into the drop down right now. They have 17:50 left to go. Tyler Vick running the white with the red and blue. There he is right now. Nice close action shot coming through that switchback section. Under braking, little bit of a pop-a wheelie, no harm, no foul. Comes by the start-finish line right now. Boom, triple, double single action, smooth. Like the top of Jensen's head. But right now, you've got Tyler Vick leading out, Kyle Johnson in the 2. Then look at the gaggle of cars back there, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Coming into that little tabletop section right now, that is Figueiredo, Pickett, and Sousa. Don't count out Dickerson. Dickerson with that rough bump that he had on the front straightaway. Now he's looking to gain back those spots that he so preciously was coveting. Right now, though, it's going to be Tyler Vick and then Kyle Johnson. Joao Figueiredo got a whole review mirror full of Blake Pickett and Mark Sousa. So that's 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Coming in front of the driver's stand right now. That is your gap right there. That's for your position to bump into the B main event. This isn't even the B, folks. This is the C man. Look at that inside move. He's looking high, looking low. Ooh! Gets a wheel on it. Had nowhere to go on that one. Still going to be Tyler Vick leading out. Through the short back section, he goes off the drop down. Kyle Johnson keeping him all legal and legit. Joao Figueiredo sitting in that 3rd spot. In the top 4 then is going to be Pickett, Sousa. Now Dickerson making a move back up in there. Under braking, Dickerson wanting to find his way around Sousa. In front of the driver's stand they go. Though your leader, I believe that was Tyler Vick, didn't see what happened. Looked like he may have jumped offline. So that's going to put Johnson into the lead. Figueiredo in the 2 spot. Then it looks like Tyler Vick going to drop it all the way back to the 3 spot. Looks like Vick got it wrong coming into the front jump section. Then he's got everybody else. Then I say, look at that 3-car dance down that back straightaway. It is Vick, Dickerson, Sousa. Oh boy. They're using the bumpers for what they're designed for. Couldn't quite pull the line off on that one. So Vick's still going to maintain that 3rd spot. Then it's going to be, looks like Sousa possibly and Dickerson. So that's the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So that's Sousa, Dickerson, and Vick going at it tooth and nail. Meanwhile, your leader right there going through the Rattler, that's 1st and 2nd. That is Johnson and Figueiredo. Johnson over the tabletop, Figueiredo over the tabletop. Now looks like Sousa looking to the inside of Vic. They bump and rub. Vic says, dude, I'm going to make my truggy 8 feet wide. You want to go around me? I'm going to make you work for it. So Tyler Vick down that back straightaway. Now Noah Dickerson, after that little bit of a rough jump that he had on the front straightaway. Now Vic upside down, goes into no man's land. So that's going to put Dickerson into that third transfer spot. Then you got Sousa and Vic giving chase. So there's third, fourth, and fifth coming down that front straightaway right now. Dickerson, Sousa, and Vic. Nose to tail. Don't count out Billy Easton. He's sitting there in that sixth spot. But meanwhile, your leaders going through that switchback section right now. That is Johnson and Figueiredo. Hopefully you guys are finding this as exciting as I am, because this is just a C-main event, and it's nose to tail. We're 14:20 left on the master clock. Should start seeing some fuel stops here soon. Johnson and Figueiredo. Figueiredo looking to the inside over the jump. That is a battle royale, almost a front endo out of Johnson. So here they come underneath the overpass. Figueiredo going high. Johnson going low. Triple, and Johnson gets it sideways. Almost collects Figueiredo. Couldn't quite pull that line off. So now Figueiredo is going to take over that lead spot. Johnson's going to drop it back to second. In that third spot is going to be Noah Dickerson. Speaking of Noah Dickerson, fast truck on the track, 40.9. Just a few laps ago, so he is laying it down in this C-main event. Dickerson wants a shot. He wants to get further than that third spot, because top three are going to be advancing into that B main. But right now, it's Figueiredo, Johnson, and Dickerson. Top three trucks kind of distancing themselves out. Let out the clutch, Rich. This is gas racing after all. Shush. I saw that look. No, I'm good. So Figueiredo still leading us out. Through the Dragon's back they go. Johnson gets it sideways. Here comes Dickerson now. Battle going on for that second place spot. We have 12:60 left on the clock. Dickerson looking to the inside. Can he pull it off? Looks to the outside. Gets around Johnson. So now Noah Dickerson, I believe I was chatting with some relatives out front, gets it. Wiggly Quoogly. Oh my goodness, Dickerson, hold on to it. Plenty of time left, buddy. You are fast enough. 41.7. Now a 40.9 out of Dickerson last couple laps ago. Now cars coming in for pitting as they come. Your Johnson's coming in for pit. Dickerson coming in for pitting. Johnson's out. Dickerson's out. But let's see where everything stretches up now. Your leader still going to be Figueiredo. Right there, coming off that tabletop, I believe. That is your leader. Going into the back jump section. And then Johnson and Dickerson. I'm not sure if Figueiredo pitted in that last foray or not. So let's see if he comes in this time around. I don't think he did. If he did, it was an incredibly fast pit stop. So that's Figueiredo right there. Johnson front endo and flips it. So that's going to move Noah Dickerson into the 2 spot. I believe Tyler Vick probably going to inherit that 3rd spot. Now he's right behind Kyle Johnson now. So Kyle Johnson and Tyler Vick going to be going at it for that 3rd spot. You have 8:30 in, 11:30 left to go. Believe it or not. Not quite sure if Figueiredo has pitted as of yet, but Noah Dickerson, I know, has pitted. Kyle Johnson has pitted. Not sure about Tyler Vick if he's pitted yet or not either. Let's see as they come around. So that's your top 4 right there. Rest of the race, you got Tyler Hooks, Griffin Hanna, Mark Sousa, Blake Pickett, Billy Easton, Justin Wheeler, Tyler Cook, Colin Herzig, and Jerome Treignier, and Victor Guerrero. That is your running order. So still leading us out is going to be Figueiredo. Off into the Rattler section he goes. In that 2 spot is going to be Dickerson. Speaking of Dickerson, for those of you paying attention, he was your bump in from the last D-main. Started 13th on the grid, now rocking in the 2nd spot. So he's wanting to advance his march ever so slightly forward. Dickerson in that white and blue. Over the back double jump he goes, setting it sideways into the corner. And you got Figueiredo right in front of him. Coming through that switchback section, Figueiredo, triple. Dickerson, triple, looking to wiggly quoogly. Oh, your leader upside down. Your 2nd place truck almost upside down, but he boggles it back onto the wheels. And here comes Johnson. So just like that, top 3 cars, 1 into the Rattler, 2 into the Rattler, 3 into the Rattler. That is your running order. And then you got your 4th truck coming into the Rattler as well. So you have 10 minutes down, 10 minutes left to go in your C main event here in Pro Truck. So this time by, Noah Dickerson from 13th on the grid is going to inherit that P1. Come around the start-finish line right now. Looking off lap, Figueiredo in the 2. So Dickerson in front of the driver's stand. Figueiredo in front of the driver's stand. That is your second place truck right there. And in third is going to be that black and yellow right behind them as well. Tyler Vick in the top 4. Remember, top 3 are going to be bumping into the A main event. Got a truck upside down in front of the driver's stand, and he is marshaled. I would imagine this will be a 2 fuel stop race for most drivers. 20-minute C main event, excuse me. So right now it is Noah Dickerson right there, hooked up and honking, blue with the white, coming through the short chute, through the back chute, underneath the overpass. He goes in that 2 spot. He goes wiggly-quiggly, trying to get it sideways. Trying to do too much in the air. I think you should just let it settle down. Figueiredo in the 2, Johnson in the 3. Tyler Vick in the 4. He's 4 seconds back. So your top 3 cars. Now Dickerson puts it up on 2 wheels, Bo Luke style. So all 3 cars coming over that tabletop right now. That's Dickerson entering the decisiveness. Figueiredo and Johnson. That's your top 3 transfer spots. Then you got Tyler Vick in the top 4. Then it's going to be Griffin Hanna, Tyler Hooks, Billy Easton, Pickett, Herzig, Sousa, Wheeler, Treignier, Guerrero, and Cook, rounding out the order. Your top 3 coming by for another lap right now. That's going to be Dickerson and Figueiredo and Johnson. Johnson starting to fall back ever so slightly to that lead group. Maybe he's just kind of sitting in cruise mode. He knows if he just maintains the top 3, he's going to be good. Drivers, you have almost 12 minutes into it for those watching online. 8 minutes left to go. This is your Pro Truggy C main event here at your 2017 Dirt Nitro Challenge. Brought to you from the LiveRC Racing booth. Brought to you by A-Main Performance Hobbies, ProTech RC, Team Associated, Reedy, and Live Time. Dickerson leading out still through that short chute underneath the underpass. Figueiredo into Dickerson, going way wide on that. Not quite sure what he was thinking. Maybe he had to wipe his eyes or something. In that 3 spot, Johnson gets hooked up with a back marker. So again, that shadow could be playing some havoc with people. Working with their depth perception, but who knows? But still, Dickerson and Figueiredo keeping him legal and legit. Down that back straightaway they go, through the drop down. It's Dickerson, Figueiredo, into the tombstone they go. Figueiredo sailing it, nicely done on that one. Landed on the downside, under power, very nicely done on that lap. So now Dickerson coming in for fuel. Figueiredo staying out. Let's see how quickly they get Dickerson's car out there, and he is out and gone. 3rd place, nowhere to be seen. So this may play into Dickerson's hand. Figueiredo still has to come in and pit. He's got about a 3-turn lead over Dickerson. So let's see. Figueiredo through the decision maker. Dickerson through the decision maker. Down the drop-off they go. And we got somebody underneath the overpass. Maybe he's hitchhiking. So Figueiredo through the short chute makes the left right-hander coming under braking. Then Dickerson in that 2 spot. Figueiredo lining up, and he is coming in for fuel right now. So Figueiredo in for fuel right now. Let's see how quickly they get him out. There goes Dickerson down the front straightaway. Figueiredo is out and behind, so that gap now going to be about a turn and a half. So now both your front runners have taken fuel. In that 3 spot's going to be Kyle Johnson, Tyler Hooks, 4 seconds back off of Hooks. So Figueiredo dropping it back to the 2nd spot. Had to come in for fuel. Dickerson did a fuel stop the lap previous. So now Dickerson over the tombstone. Figueiredo over the tombstone, and going to have to marshal himself. He gets out there, though. The 3rd spot's going to be Kyle Johnson. He's a good 9 seconds back. That's your leader right there. Doing a little wheel wave to the crowd. Figueiredo coming by right now, doing the triple. True ripple. And in your 3rd spot is going to be Johnson right there. So Johnson now 3.4 seconds back. He had a 9-second deficit. Now he's down to a little less than 4 seconds. Not sure if Johnson has pitted yet or not, but we'll see. Figueiredo still leading out in that second spot. Johnson into 3. Dickerson in the lead spot. Speaking of lead spot, your leader just upside down off the tombstone. Got it wrong that landing. No harm, no foul. He gets marshaled relatively quickly, loses a couple of tenths of a second to your second place car, but there's Dickerson. Triple, double single, triple, double single for your second place truck. And your third place truck right there as well. He's 5.1 back. So coming into the Rattler, there's Dickerson. Gets it upside down. That's going to put Figueiredo into that lead spot. So now Dickerson going to have to work his way around the back marker. Kyle Johnson comes within camera shot view. So Figueiredo down the back straight. Dickerson down the back straight. Johnson down the back straight. Coming through the drop down they go. That is Figueiredo and Dickerson and Johnson right there. Again, top 3 front runners. Noah Dickerson from 13th on the grid. Leading out, dropping it back to the second spot with a little bit of a rough lap through the Rattler. So Figueiredo going to take over the lead spot. Dickerson in the 2, and here comes Johnson. Now Johnson, he's only 1.8 back off the back door of Dickerson. So don't count out Kyle Johnson. He's been just sitting back waiting to pick up the pieces. Dickerson plays it cool and collected through the Rattler. Figueiredo still out, leading it off and in charge. Dickerson in the 2, Hooks in the 3. Then it's going to be Hanna, Easton, Herzig, Pickett, Wheeler, Treignier, Vick, Guerrero, Sousa, and Cook. That is your running order. You got 3:30 left on the master clock. Believe it or not, 20 minutes sailing by like nothing. A couple cars coming into contact over that back double section. Your leader, however, going to be Joao Figueiredo. Let's pick up Figueiredo right there. Through the Rattler, Dickerson through the Rattler. That's Figueiredo right there. Oh, he puts it upside down in no man's land. Marshall right there, but there's Dickerson. Like I said, there to pick up the pieces. So Dickerson going to inherit that P1 with less than 3 minutes left on the master clock. So it's Dickerson, Figueiredo, and we seem to have lost Kyle Johnson. He was relatively close. Now he's almost 4 seconds back. There he is. He's within camera shot now. Coming through that short switchback, but underneath the underpass, you got Noah Dickerson working his way around some back markers in front of the driver's stand. Oh, he gets it sideways. Dickerson getting on the brakes, not trying to saw the front end of the truck off through the Rattler section. That was a nice line by Dickerson. Truck not upset at all, just absorbed the bumps and went right through it and instantly pulled out about a 15-foot lead over Figueiredo. So that was nicely done by Noah Dickerson. Figueiredo in the 2, still sitting there, keeping him legal and legit. 2 down, left on the master clock. So Figueiredo giving it all she's got, Captain. If you look at the tires, they're ballooning like pizza cutters. But Dickerson in front of the driver's stand, Figueiredo in front of the driver's stand. Triple, double, single out of each driver. They have 1:45 left on the master clock. 1:45 through the Rattler they go. Look at Dickerson. Figueiredo just pinning it to win it. All over the back door of Dickerson like white on rice. Coming through that back turn section they go. That is Battle Royale. 1:30 left on the clock. It is Dickerson, Figueiredo. Over the tombstone they go. Figueiredo setting it sideways as he lands. Dickerson able to pull out about a 5-foot lead. Dickerson puts it up on 2 wheels. Capitalizes it back. Keeps it on all 4. Now it's Dickerson hitting the double. In front of that jump driver stand they go. Both drivers clearing it with ease. 1 minute is going to be left on the clock. This is your C main event for Pro Truggy. Through the Rattler they go. Dickerson gets it a little crazy. Figueiredo all over him. So it's Dickerson, Figueiredo, and there's Johnson out of earshot. So it's a 2-car dance right now. Under 45 seconds left to go. Through the drop down they go. It's Dickerson, Figueiredo. Oh, Figueiredo gets it sideways. He doesn't pull the trigger like he'd been doing all race. So that's going to put Kyle Johnson now sitting on his 6. He's got 35 seconds left to go. So now Figueiredo is going to be under attack from Kyle Johnson for that second position overall. Kyle Johnson got the run coming on the front straightaway. got a little out of sorts, had to collect it back in, but your leader still going to be Noah Dickerson. Through the Rattler they go. Under 15 now, Figueiredo gets it sideways. Johnson slings it to the inside, and Teo puts it up on 2 wheels, maintains his position. Figueiredo going to still drop it back to 3, under 5 to go. So it's going to be prison rules, anybody to the race of the line. Dickerson leading out. Johnson just using everything he can. Figueiredo gets into the back of him and does not wait. But look at that. Johnson gets marshaled quickly. Figueiredo to the inside. They're wheel rubbing. They go. They want each spot. Who's going to take it? It's a bad drag race to the end. And just like that, that race is going to be done. Holy cow. That was your C main event. Still finishing out a couple cars, but your top 3 is going to be Noah Dickerson taking the win. Joao Figueiredo in the 2 spot. Kyle Johnson in 3. And it looks like it's going to be possibly Billy Easton taking home that top 4. Griffin Hanna going to be top 5, quite possibly. Let's see if he ever finishes, or did he break on the last lap? Yeah, it looks like Griffin Hanna broke. So that does conclude race number 19. That was your Pro Truggy C main event. Nicely done. So again, it's going to be Dickerson, Figueiredo, Johnson, Easton, Hanna, Hooks, Herzig, Pickett, Treignier, Wheeler, Guerrero, Sousa, Tyler Vick out with technical difficulties, and Tyler Cook out with technical difficulties as well. Race number 20. Looks like your B main event. Ish, maybe, not quite sure. It is an electric A-scale buggy race going to be up next. Body language says